remember when I was growing up as a kid, I was best friends with a guy who had so much promise and so much light. Every time he would walk into the room, people would just light up and gravitate toward him. And I loved him dearly. I've always had a passion for helping people and encouraging folks. I've always had that, and been trying to be an inspiration to as many as possible. And so this particular gentleman, he grew up and with so much promise and so much enthusiasm and life in front of him, but he had a snag in the road, and he hit a hard place. After hitting that hard place, he ended up giving his body away on the streets, and ended up with crack and cocaine and things of that nature. And it just broke my heart. And for years I searched and searched for him and couldn't find him, because he had become a part of me. He was my family. There's a family through a bloodline, and then there's a family from the heart. And he was the family member of mine, the brother from another mother, who I just endeared greatly. And I spent years looking for him, trying to find out if he was even alive, and trying to get reconnected with him so that we can, refurbish our relationship. And whatever he had ended up in, it didn't matter to me, because I was in a position to help him out. And so when I could not find him, he was one of the motivations of the book, to let him know it doesn't matter where you have been, it only matters where you want to go. It doesn't matter what life has given you, it only matters what you've answered to. It doesn't matter how bad things seem, it's not the end all. Unless God says it's over, you still have a whole chapter to write. And there is so much more inside of you, my friend. And if you ever are listening to this tape or watching it, I want you to know that I'm ready for you. I hope that you're ready to move forward. And that's why I wrote the book, Standing Man. I took my plights and my cancer and my sicknesses and diseases and my divorce and all of the pain that I suffered growing up, and I put it in a book so that people who can read it all over the world will be inspired for transformation. I didn't write it for motivation, and I didn't write it for inspiration. Motivation inspires you from the outside in. Inspiration inspires you from the inside out. But transformation asks the hard questions and causes you to lift yourself up from where you are and move to a different place, so that you're on a different plane and a different plateau. My favorite book says that we should leap for joy. Now, leap doesn't mean that you jump up and down. Leap means that you move your feet from one position to the next position. And so when you leap, you may be on stage number 2, but when you land, you're on stage number 5. And so transformation will move you from the position that you're at to a whole nother position. And when you get down and you rest yourself, you realize you've landed in a whole nother place. That's what I wrote the book for, to get you to land when you leap to another place.